Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about some of my all-time favorite niche fragrances for women for summer. All of these are incredibly feminine and just gorgeous, very elevated, pretty, and summery. Not all of these are going to be necessarily typically tropical, but they're all going to embody this really nice kind of summer vacation essence. So we'll go ahead and start with the first fragrance, which is White Pearl by the House of Oud. And I've been talking about this one quite a bit over on my second channel, Florida Erica. Make sure to follow me over there if you're interested in more feminine-based perfume content. So White Pearl is this stunning, very aromatic, kind of watery floral fragrance with a beautiful, beautiful tropical feeling. This has a lot of ylang-ylang and iris, cardamom and pink pepper and tonka bean with rose, marine notes, and ambergris. It opens just so pretty, so refined and elevated immediately. Very powdery and sensual as well. The iris in this really gives it more of like a powderiness versus going in more of like a makeup direction. And it has this really beautiful kind of like grown-up element about it as well, like very womanly. It's just that combination of the cardamom and the iris. It really elevates the scent. So it's tropical in a way because of that ylang-ylang, because it has this very strong kind of like watery, almost kind of salty, watery presence because of that ambergris. So this is floral, but it's actually pretty aquatic as well. And I think it's very unique for an aquatic scent for a woman. So it's tropical in that way, but that cardamom and the iris, like there's just something extra bougie about this one and very beautiful, very uplifting, casual in a way, but dressy at the same time. It's just such a unique aquatic leaning scent for a woman. Really has a gorgeous, alluring cardamom that brings all the sensuality to this fragrance. A little bit of spice as well from that pepper. But the thing is about White Pearl that you need to know is that as it dries, it becomes a little soapy. I'm not exactly sure where that comes from, but in the dry down, you're going to find that this fragrance gets a little bit more powdery and a little bit going in like a soapy-ish direction, not like straightforward. I really like it. I'm generally not a fan of soapy fragrances, but the way that this one dries, it gives you something that feels a little soapy, but it's not harsh or like synthetic or rough. It's just, it has a really nice clean like element to it that's really nice. It's a goddess perfume and you need to try it. White Pearl by the House of Oud. And so while we're on the note of the House of Oud, we're gonna go ahead and talk about their next release that they just launched along with White Pearl. So it was kind of like a 2-for-1 release. We have Guilty Crush, and this bottle is so fun. It says, "Dream gorgeous" on the back and "You're a star" on the front. And I've been really getting into the House of Oud lately. I got to discover it recently in store. I got to smell not the whole line, but quite a few, maybe 10 or 15 of their fragrances, and wow, like so underrated, especially like for more feminine leaning fragrances. They're gorgeous. And even though this was released with White Pearl, this is going to feel like the more outgoing, fun, like sexy sister to White Pearl. It's definitely very playful and flirty and ultra sexy, especially for like a summer date night. The scent is all about this really bubbly champagne mixed with strawberry and cherry and a little bit of this kind of powdery makeup-y lipstick accord, but it's not as dominant as you would think that it was going to be in the scent. It's kind of more in the background. This is definitely more of like a look at me, like if you really like attention, like spotlight on you. It's for anyone out there that really loves compliments and really likes to feel sexy when they're wearing their perfume. I just picture red lipstick on a sultry date night. Has vanilla, musk, benzoin, and cedar in the base. It gets a little bit warmer as it dries. Bubbly, sweet champagne. It's definitely very pinky. This should be your summer night date night go-to. Guilty Crush by the House of Oud. So next up we have a fragrance from Atelier d'Azur's Pomelo Riviera. And this is going to be the perfect fragrance for someone that doesn't want something typically sweet, floral, like what you picture when you think of a tropical summer fragrance, but still something very refreshing and bright and very like happy feeling. So the notes in here, we have grapefruit and bergamot with jasmine, orange blossom, salt, rose, and cedar. This is a huge love for me. This is the perfect everyday summer, very clean, fresh, but there's something about the way the grapefruit is done in this. It's very creamy, but it's interesting because there's something zesty about it, but overall it's a very creamy scent that gets creamier as it dries. And it just makes you smile when you smell it. It's just one of those scents, you guys know what I'm talking about, where you smell it and instantly you feel your mood lifting up, you feel happier. It is stunning, mixed with this kind of like salty element, very slightly floral. It kind of comes across more like a natural green kind of floral side. It's not necessarily like straight up flowers. It's kind of dewy in a way as well, and very refreshing and like cooling at the same time. This is definitely the type of scent that you want to wear when it's so hot outside and you just want to feel like you want a fragrance that's going to just cool you off. It's going to make you feel very fresh. It kind of smells like a drink by the sea with the very minimal seaside element. I don't want to like make you think that this is a very salty oceanic fragrance. It's really not. It's all about that creamy citrus. Crisp, happy, and beautiful. Kind of woody in the base. It's just a gorgeous combination. It smells amazing in the summer heat on the skin. Great performance as well for a citrus fragrance. This is truly an absolutely gorgeous citrus fragrance, Pomelo Riviera from Atelier des Sources. So next up we have a musk fragrance from the house of Liqui Imaginaires, Fleuve Tendre. And this is going to be more of an androgynous, very unisex fragrance, musk fragrance. And it has this kind of animalistic edge to it that is very cozy, and it doesn't come across as like a typically animalic note. It really just smells sexy. Like it smells, I don't want to say it, but it smells sexy. Let's just put it that way. Like a very deep musk with a lot of spice. Cardamom, cumin, saffron, and musk. Has rose water, some animal notes. It's for those that love just straight up musk fragrances, very niche artistic fragrances. But it has a very bright mandarin orange that kind of balances out that musky side. And I don't want you to hear these notes and think that this is a very dark animalic kind of scent. It's really not at all. It's very aromatic and like airy in a way, and it's kind of like, it's not a soft your skin but better type of scent, but it is very musk dominant, so it's going to feel like it melts into your skin. But the mandarin orange in this really makes it brighter. And I actually smelled this for the very first time on the beach. My friend Kelsey, you guys know her, Revs de Fragrance. She influenced me to pick this one up because she absolutely loves it, and I got to try her bottle and I was hooked. It's beautiful, very, very sexy, especially in the nighttime. Definitely more unisex leaning. I wouldn't say that it really leans feminine at all. This, like I said, it's the perfect fragrance for someone that doesn't want a typical summery scent. You know, you want something a little more unisex. And a fragrance is going to really add to your overall aura and your pheromones. I think that's really the best way to describe this, is not a your skin but better musk fragrance, but like a pheromone inducing musk fragrance. It's not gonna really smell like you're wearing a perfume, but you're going to capture the attention of everyone around you. They're going to notice you. The cardamom in this is addicting, and I love the artistry of it. It's really, really nice, especially if you love musk. So moving on to a more feminine, lighter direction, we have Ce Soir from BDK PERFUMES. This is a musky, airy, woody floral, very feminine scent with notes of orange, ginger, black pepper, quince, jasmine, orange blossom, cashmere, and amberwood. Some patchouli in the base as well. Ce Soir translating to not tonight. And I really like that the name of this, it really kind of translates into the like attitude of the perfume. It really embodies this kind of like girly and sassy attitude, but still feeling very elevated. It's very fruity, kind of breezy. I love this because the quince is kind of the star of the show with the fruitiness. And it's not a very dense scent either. Very happy citruses, and the quince is kind of a standout, makes it unique. You get a big dose of luxury and smoothness in Ce Soir thanks to that cashmere, which is also very pronounced in the scent, which is why I am so drawn to it. Kind of a soft, spicy, like a little bit of a green spiciness from the patchouli in the background, but it's very, very minimal, very sweet, very romantic, confident and gorgeous. Ce Soir from BDK, total heartthrob from the brand. So another house that recently really impressed me is the Harmonist, and now we're talking about Sun Force. Now this is going to be your go-to very elevated, very sexy summer night fragrance. Very, very rich and high quality smell. You know those date nights where you just want to get dressed up a little bit extra? This is the type of fragrance that you want to wear that night. Like just when you want to feel extra put together, extra beautiful. This is jaw-droppingly good. It opens with this aromatic, very vibrant honey and rose with that pomelo and a very spicy cardamom. I love the cardamom. It's just such a sensual, addicting note. Brings a strong allure, and the cardamom is very strong in here. A lot of very sexy, exotic resins in the base as well. This is going to lean very slightly masculine, but on a woman's skin, it just works. You get this sweet honey in these resins with a creamy cardamom and sandalwood. It is truly addicting. This is the type of scent you want to wear when you want your man to not be able to take his hands off of you, basically. We have another fragrance from Atelier des Ors. We have Blue Madeleine, and I wanted to include this because I wanted to give an option of something a little more gourmand leaning that's appropriate in the summer. And Blue Madeleine is just that. It's this kind of like milky, pastry-like tea fragrance. It has cinnamon and bergamot with pink pepper, black tea, milk and rose, sandalwood, praline, cade oil, and Peru balsam. It is absolutely delicious. And I get something, I know that a lot of people, when they describe this, they say that it smells kind of smoky. Coming from that cade oil, I can kind of see that. But for me, the way that it comes off is not necessarily incensey or super smoky, but more like you're walking into a bakery and you can smell the kind of like crispy edges on a pastry, like not burnt, but you know, a little browned. It's really what I get with this, like a pastry mixed with the tea, a milky tea, like a crusty, flaky pastry, a croissant. And that's just coming from the darker notes of the scent. It's beautifully balanced between that milky tea and that kind of pastry-esque darker base. But still overall a very bright scent, which is why it's going to make it great for the summer with a really nice kind of gourmand facet. Super unique, and I like it because it's not overly sweet, very realistic and very cozy. Blue Madeleine from Atelier des Ors. So bringing it back to the house of BDK, we have Citrus Riviera. And I wanted to include this one because I've been getting so many questions about it, and I've seen so many of my viewers also talking about it, saying that it's really amazing for the summer. And I can definitely see why. This is classic. It's sophisticated. It smells like old money, like a very natural kind of French perfume style, but done in a very modern way. It has this sweet, juicy lemon mixed with this orange and fig. And what I love about the way that the citrus is done in this is that it gets even creamier as it dries and is joined in the mid with some greener and more floral notes. It's kind of dewy and watery at the same time. You would get neroli, immortelle, jasmine with a strawberry note, which does actually become pronounced in the scent more as it dries. It's not really there in the opening, but as we get down into the mid, it does kind of come out. It's a little bit subtle, like you have to be looking for it, but if you picture strawberry, you can smell it. It's like a very red, ripe, juicy strawberry with this musk and vetiver and patchouli and tonka bean. I truly love how this dries. It really blooms and develops. It like goes from this very classic kind of French perfume to something very modern in the dry down. It is a masterpiece summer scent. It's sweet and it's dreamy. It smells like the Mediterranean. It's so good. Citrus Riviera from BDK. So next up, we're going to be talking about Delina La Rosee from Parfums de Marly. And this is the best Delina, in my opinion. The best Delina to wear for every day, and especially in the summer. It has that very classic Delina DNA with that lychee and rose, but done in a more watery, fresh, musky way, clean, musky way. It's aquatic, it's clean and rosy. It has Turkish rose and peony with pear, lychee and bergamot. It's just so smooth, wearable and delicate, but don't let the word delicate make you think that it's a light scent, because it's not at all. This is a beast mode fragrance. I always get compliments when I wear Delina La Rosee, and I really like this compared to other Delinas because it really like embodies this kind of watery essence. It doesn't smell like the thick, kind of heavier, like Delina Exclusive, or even Delina can be a little heavy sometimes. This is very airy and just wearable in the summer. It smells like a beautiful, put together woman, and I'm here for it. Delina La Rosee. So I told you, I have been very addicted to the House of Oud lately, so we're gonna finish up the video with Bon Bon Pop, which is a very fun fragrance for summer. Very coconutty, sugary. We have notes of peach and coconut with bergamot and jasmine and patchouli, woods, brown sugar, musk, and amber. Immediately when this opens, it smells like you're on an exotic tropical vacation. Really embodies that like carefree attitude of a vacation. The peach is truly peaching in here, mixed with coconut. And it's not like a very milky coconut. It's more powdery with this citrusy bergamot. And the brown sugar is here too. And it's interesting because it comes across kind of textured. Like you can almost feel that crystallized texture from the brown sugar. Almost kind of in a way gives it this kind of burnt caramel-esque, like a burnt sugar, like creme brulee type of feeling. Like a coconut creme brulee with that hard shell on the outside. And then the woods come out with that musk and amber. It's floral, it's sweet, it's very fruity, very laid back, carefree. It's a total winner. It's sultry, it's sexy, and attention grabbing. This has a huge wow factor for the summer. So that was just my top 10 recommendations for women for the summer. All of these fragrances can be found at Heidi's Perfumes in Miami. It's a great hidden gem store if you're ever in South Florida. It's 100% worth the trip, but you can also find them on their website. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment below. What is your go-to summer scent? I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.